where tonight we begin a new series of adventures. These from the West Coast in the pen of Charles Tidler. It's called Pocket City Blues, a set of moody mysteries surrounding one Horton Spring, a guy who only wants to get his life on track. But circumstance has something else planned for him. Pocket City Blues, Episode 1, When Things Go Wrong.
Victoria, British Columbia, Pocket City. The rain comes down in slabs of liquid silver over the Chinese pagoda street lamps. The heavy drops hit the dark pavement of the sidewalk like nails and leap up. Early November. Half-price fireworks, the last leaves on the trees let go. It's 11 p.m. in the Pocket City, and I'm out walking in it. Barehead, bald, soaking wet. My black leather jacket settles over my shoulders, soggy and warm as a street kid's dog. My name is Horton Spring, 45 years old. Blood pressure 110/62. Ex-drinker, ex-smoker, ex-husband, ex-lover. I'm cool, and I'm hot, and I'm out walking, swimming in wind and rain, past the McPherson Playhouse, cross Government, down Pandora, past the Mustard Seed Food Bank, Fantan Alley, Market Square, heading down to the Blues Bar in the Raven Hotel. I wish I'd worn my ball cap. The name is Horton Spring, walking in the rain. I'm flush with joy. I'm a student of the blues. The Raven is an old converted warehouse, post and beam, brass, oak, and glass. Paintings by Charles Malinsky hang in the brick walls. At the bar, I buy a glass of soda and lime and look around.
Horton! Hey, Horton!
Sally Blaze. Long, silver hair, scarlet horn-rimmed glasses, dark, mischievous, flashing eyes. Former librarian, ex-cop, blues hound. Sally's the night manager of the hotel bar. Hi, Sally. Boy, this place is jumping.
Horton! Oh, you look great. Oh, but you're all wet. Here, have a towel.
Oh, thanks. You know, I might get that job as a graveyard DJ at Sea Blue.
Oh, congratulations.
3 shifts a week. This is Horton Spring, playing those early morning blues.
Oh, that's just great.
Have to make another audition tape and put a playlist together, but it's looking good. It'll pay the rent and the child support. The freelance stringer work buys the groceries. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
You don't boys.
Sally, that's low.
Well, I'm just reminding you of all the money you're saving on condoms.
Yeah, well, I'm cautious since my girlfriend and I split up in May.
What did she do that was so bad?
Nancy. A very short story. Nancy was an after-hours lizard into paralyzers and black hash. I was a bozo yo-yo on a rebound. One day, out of the blue, she says she wants to be single. I said, oh, yeah? A week later, she left town with another man.
I did that once. Love is fair game.
The only thing she said to me was, things change.
Yes, Horton. Sometimes they do. Oh, is that your beeper?
My ex-wife's boyfriend's parents' number. What do they want?
An invite to an extended family barbecue?
Yeah, right. 3rd time. I better go call. Jennifer, is that you?
Oh, darling. Just a minute. Rob, I'm on the phone. Cut the noise.
Darling.
Horton?
What's going on?
Oh, our house just burnt to the ground.
The house you just moved into?
Yes.
Nelson okay?
He's fine, but we lost everything. 1 minute it was a lovely old house in the country, and the next a rushing flame. It went up like that.
You were in it?
No, and called the fire department, but by the time they got there, it was too late. The fire couldn't spread because of the rain. I mean, Nelson and Mrs. Smith were at the university for a concert. The fire chief called Rob's dad. We're staying here tonight with the Smiths. Oh, they're so sweet. We all of us just got back from going out.
Jennifer, what happened?
Nelson lost his ball glove, his baseball card collection guitar, all that furniture you built him, this scrapbook. God, that boy's going to need counseling.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Can you come by the Smiths tomorrow morning and give Nelson a ride to school?
I'll be there. Voice tape. Take one. When the sun shines, Victoria is like a miniature diamond in the salted air. It shines and it cuts, and you can put it in your pocket to make hard change. But when the sky is crying, the pocket turns inside out and the tears run down the street like rain. Once upon a time, I had rough draft dreams of being a novelist. Years later, I was an inmate of the Ivory Tower when I got blindsided by the Equity Employment Program. My mother died. My marriage fell apart. Jennifer left, taking the kid, a house, and a decade of codependent bullshit. That woke me up. The Smiths live in Vic West, just off Craigflower. A painted wood cutout of Petunia Pig pirouettes on the manicured lawn. I park behind the boyfriend's little blue sedan, filthy from top to bottom with streaks of reddish mud. Beneath the heritage plaque on the front porch is a blue box containing newspapers and, a little beneath, 2 empty vodka bottles. Not too long ago, I would have picked up such a bottle to run my tongue around the inside rim of its mouth, searching for that last kiss of fire. Quoth the Horton, nevermore.
Well, here he is.
Oh, Dad.
Morning, love.
He's a real sleepyhead this morning.
So is everything okay?
Would you mind dropping this box of old clothes at the Goodwill in your way? It's just down the street.
Out of my way? I guess I could. Nelson, wake up.
Okay.
He's out of school at 3:30.
Oh, I'm picking him up, too.
I have to be out at the house all day dealing with the fire chief and the insurance adjuster. And they'll probably want to talk to you, too.
About what?
We've only got one car. Rob is at his garage today. You can drop Nelson off there, then they can come to get me.
Hey, no problem, pal. But why would the insurance adjuster want to talk to me? Jennifer? The adjuster wants to talk to me. So, where were you last night? You don't answer questions either?
At a concert. The stupid singer didn't even show up.
Oh, yeah?
Who cares? I didn't even want to go. Mrs. Smith snores. Mom got sick. And I'd have flunked my math test.
Well, you didn't study for it?
Well, I didn't get any sleep. Rob and his dad, Mr. Smith, were up all night yelling and screaming. They broke a lamp. I was afraid they were going to come into the room and beat me up.
Whoa, why would they do that?
Because they think maybe I started the fire.
Did you?
No.
Well, then you've got nothing to worry about.
I even lost my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card.
Are you okay to go to school today?
I'm not staying home with Mrs. Smith.
Here, don't forget your lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're not taking this to school.
But it's my lunch.
This bag's from the Liquor Control Board.
Dad, I gotta go.
I've got a plastic bag right here.
Gimme.
Goodbye. Goodbye. What's this? A receipt from the Esquimalt liquor store for the purchase of 3 750-milliliter bottles of vodka at 20:03 yesterday. Why am I suddenly intimate with information that's none of my business? And why would the adjuster want to talk to me? I drive by a corner store that sells smokes for less than $5, and I ache with a rushing sadness. It comes after me sometimes. I'm going home to my flat above the Red Mango Cafe to put a playlist together, a tribute to slide guitarist Elmore James, When Things Go Wrong. Voice tape, take 2. Pocket City balances on its own unique tectonic plate, and it collides and separates and scrapes against its giant neighboring plates, the Pacific Ocean and North America. Jennifer again. My ex-wife's house burns down and I become her designated domestic.
Hello?
Mrs. Smith, it's Horton Spring calling for Jennifer.
Oh my, she left ages ago. Whatever can we do about that?
Well, please just tell her I returned her call.
That poor girl doesn't know what she's doing from one minute to the next. She lost everything, you know. All her clothes. Doesn't own one single pair of panties. She's in shock.
I would imagine so.
And there's no guarantee on the insurance. They signed with a new company only 1 week ago. Had to, because Rob had so many claims on his other company, they wouldn't give them the coverage they wanted. So they found another company. They've got full replacement value insurance. That means everything gets replaced, brand new. But 1 week ago. 1 week? It's only been 1 week. Oh, here's my husband.
I take Highway 17A, West Saanich Road, toward Prospect Lake. A little past Observatory Hill, I make a left turn. Another. And another. And I'm pulling into Jennifer's place. I want to know some things. It's not raining here. A bowl of blue sky splashes sunlight off the walls of a white 3-car garage. I park beside a red Ford Ranger bearing the insignia of the local fire chief. A gravel footpath leads around the side of the garage. A large rectangle of blackened concrete blocks is all that's left of the house. In the middle of the burnt-out ground is Jennifer, bent over a scoop shovel, methodically sifting cinders through a metal screen balanced over a wheelbarrow. She's wearing a much too large pair of gumboots, jeans, and a heavy blue sweater that once belonged to me. I don't see anybody else around.
What are you doing here?
You called.
I didn't mean for you to come out here. I was worried about Nelson.
He's okay. He's a little shook up.
Aren't we all? At least you know now I wasn't making it up. Is that why you're here?
Jennifer, I'm sorry this happened.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my new home. Everything, Horton, everything I ever owned is in this cinder pile. I don't even have one single picture of Nelson as a baby.
Well, if you hadn't kept them all to yourself. Jennifer. Jenny.
Are you talking to me?
Put the shovel down, please. Let it rest.
Who are you?
I'm a friend.
It wasn't arson. You're off the hook.
Good. My jaw was getting sore.
Both the fire chief and the insurance adjuster are 100% sure. They're both here now, in the garage, writing a preliminary report.
What's the theory?
Theory? There's no theory.
What happened?
Yesterday morning, contractors applied Verathane to the hardwood floors in the living room and the front hall. Last night, a spark from the old furnace ignited the fumes, and the house went like that.
Yesterday morning, the contractors were here while you moved all your stuff into the house?
Yes.
The verathane fumes didn't bother you?
I didn't think about it.
What's there to think about?
You shut up.
One whiff of gasoline used to make you
I
vomit.
said shut up. You don't know me anymore.
Well, I guess you're right.
I know I'm right.
Okay.
Why did you come out here?
You mind if I look around?
Oh, give me one good reason why.
This is where my son's going to be living.
Oh, go ahead. But don't expect to find a baggie of marijuana behind the woodpile like you used to.
I won't. But I'll probably look anyway.
No. I changed my mind. You get out of here before I scream.
The sunlit garage slides away from the rearview mirror. Round the bend after the first turn is an old logging road that disappears into a stand of second-growth timber. Three-tenths of a kilometer later, the logging road spills out of the green bush into the raw red wound of a clear cut. There's a turnaround with a tire tread donut as deep as my oil pan carved into the muddy ground. I get out and scramble through the tangle of the clear cut. My coat sleeve catches on a branch. A button pops. Damn. A deep ditch with banks of red clay runs with foaming water. It divides the clear cut from an open field, stubble glazed by sunlight. A thick cedar board has been thrown down across the ditch for a footbridge. A strand of gossamer clings to the end of the board. A long, fine blue cotton thread. Here, someone fell. Deep, erratic boot prints show me a way across the field. But I take the wet route down the narrow green belt along the fence, where blackberry brambles thrive. Between the field and the back of the garage is an old apple orchard and a winter garden, neat and tidy with kale, leeks, and spinach. A dog or something recently rolled around in the raspberry canes. From the ground, I pick up a white plastic cap and put it in my pocket. I step behind the woodpile and freeze until a Ford Ranger drives down the road and out of sight. I don't find any baggie of pot. But here's the program for Marine Forester's concert at the university last night. Must have blown out of the boyfriend's sedan this morning. I don't see Jennifer anywhere. I peek through a window of the garage.
See anything?
Just a lot of furniture.
Mm-hmm. It's all Rob's.
So, he likes to move twice?
Rob had to be out of his place 2 weeks ago. The house wasn't ready then.
Lucky guy.
He's a good man.
What else could he be? Cops? You called the cops on me?
You betcha. I've got a restraining order, remember? Jennifer Spring? He's right here, officer.
Hi.
I'm Constable Pudge.
Take 3. Pocket City is the end of the line. Land's End, where every lotus-eating lemming oddball loner gathers at the jumping-off point. Next stop, China. Nothing. Nothing at all except the truth. And friendship and sharing the human condition offers a coin of security.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, that's a well-made door. You don't have to slam it.
Didn't have to take a test.
All right.
Substitute teacher, F-word, boring.
I hope you didn't cause any trouble.
A little.
What did you do?
Hey, you didn't drop this box off at the Goodwill?
No, I've done enough for your mother in one day.
You said you would do it.
Well, if it's so important, Nelson, you and the boyfriend can drop it off, okay? Now, what did you do?
Got kicked out of school.
Oh, great.
Get up in the morning, I believe I'll dust my broom.
The boyfriend's shop is on the other side of the gorge, somewhere along Burnside. The traffic crawls. The sky is almost dark. And it's raining again. Leaning on the counter behind the greasy cash register, the boyfriend. Big as a bear, as hairy, with the face of a sour pig, nose like a spatula, yellow teeth, hollow eyes. In his baby blue jumpsuit streaked with grime, he looks pre-juvenile, vaguely subconscious. He's wiping his hands with a filthy rag. I look him over for loose threads. I don't like the guy.
Where's the schoolboy?
Nelson's waiting for you in your little blue sedan. I see you got all the red clay cleaned off.
Yeah?
So what? Vacuum, too.
It needed it.
I saw your donut.
I don't eat donuts. I'm a Long John kind of guy.
The donut, where the red clay came from.
Jennifer did that. She wants to use the red clay in her pottery studio.
The day she was moving into the house, she took time out to dig clay in the rain.
The day before, she wasn't moving, and it didn't rain.
I parked 2 blocks away around the corner, and at 10 minutes after 5, walked back to the closed-up shop. The boyfriend's sedan is gone. I walk behind the shop. I climb into the dumpster and start digging. I find what I'm looking for. A third vodka bottle, an empty 4-liter tin stamped with the word Varathane, and a pair of gumboots caked with red clay. The plastic cap in my pocket slips easily over the nozzle of the tin. What's that prove? Nothing.
Looking for something? Not anymore. Get out of my dumpster.
Well, take the flashlight out of my eyes.
So where's the kid?
Nelson's not with you?
He wasn't waiting for me like you said, so I figured he could walk home in the rain. Then I felt sorry for him and turned around.
I drive around the block. I drive around 10 blocks. My son. Why did he take off like that? He's up to something. What does he know? There's something in the box. I found him.
Nelson, oh, my baby.
Hi, Mom.
You're all wet. Oh, you get into the house right now, change your clothes, and have some dinner. I made your favorite chicken enchiladas.
Okay.
Good night, Nelson.
Where was he?
Sitting in the rain at Wilson and Bay.
The Goodwill?
Yeah. Any, news?
Yes. Our claim's going to be approved.
Good for you.
Nothing official for 2 weeks, but Rob just got off the phone to the fire chief. They went to school together.
I bet they're old friends.
Everything's going to be replaced. House, furniture, brand new. Even Nelson's Ken Griffey card.
Out with the old and in with the new.
Everything.
That's got to be the sweetest thing you've heard since Maureen Forrester's singing last night.
Yeah, she was divine. But she wasn't there.
And neither were you.
What are you talking about?
About you going to the concert with Nelson and Mrs. Smith, feigning sickness, excusing yourself, leaving the building,
don't know what
driving out to your place the back way via the old logging road, crossing the field, through the garden, up the back steps.
Shut up!
You soaked the porch with Varathane, lit a match, and watched your house blow up.
That is a ridiculous lie. The fire chief would know if the fire was set from outside.
You unlocked the door then, broke a window, whatever. You're the expert.
Good night, Horton.
I found the blue dress torn and stained with red clay at the bottom of the Goodwill box.
You're not going to get anywhere with your accusation, Horton, except to hurt your son. We have a right to start over, to finally have a decent home. Something brand new, to finally have a chance.
At what price?
Sometimes you have to play catch-up.
Catch up to the truth, lady.
Sky is crying. Look at the tears roll down the street.
Lucky you found the blue dress.
I didn't. I never looked in the box.
Well, why not? She literally gave it to you.
I guess I didn't want it to be Jennifer set the fire, but the boyfriend.
Rob. Say it. Rob.
Rob.
Good. Then how did you know it was Jennifer?
The gumboots in the dumpster were a size 7 women's.
What are you going to do about it?
Get drunk?
Now, that's not an option.
Smoke your cigarettes?
Horton, get away. Now, what are you going to do?
I'll just listen to the blues and try to be a good father. I can't turn her in. What else can I do?
Nothing. I think she was trying to tell you something by giving you the box.
That she's got a criminal mind?
No. The same thing your girlfriend told you in May.
Things change.
Yeah.
They do.
Jennifer again?
It's the radio station. Sea Blue.
Seconds, Horton. 3, 2, 1. You're on the air.
The blues singer Leadbelly says, when you lie down at night, turning from side to side, and you can't be satisfied, no way you do, old man blues got you. My name is Horton Spring. I'm flush with joy. I'm a student of the blues.
You have just heard episode 1 of Charles Tiddler's series Pocket City Blues. Starring in When Things Go Wrong were Michael Hogan as Horton Spring, Susan Hogan as Jennifer, and Chris Lubbock as Nelson. With them were Gary Chalk as Rob, Doris Chilcott as Mrs. Smith, and Wendy Knoll as Constable Pudge. The music was provided by the Dave Harris Quartet, featuring Clark Brendan, Charles Gates, and Alan Pease. The recording engineer was Chris Cuttress. Sound effects were by Joe Silva. The associate producer was Dagmar Kathunka Nunn. Pocket City Blues is produced and directed in Vancouver by Don Kowalchuk. The executive producer of the Mystery Project is Bill Howell. I'm Bob Bovin, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. Tonight, we're at episode 2 of Pocket City Blues, Charles Tiddler series about an average sort of half-rebel, half-failed family man named Horton Spring, who finds that curiosity doesn't get him many answers, but does put him in touch with some dangerous people. Michael Hogan stars as Horton Spring in The Double Door.
Victoria, British Columbia, January 3rd. And Pocket City rushes through the double door of a new year. We get on with the business of doing and getting, the necessary feedings of hunger and desire. But wait, not so fast. It's cold enough to snow. The year ahead, the year in review. My name is Horton Spring. I'm a student of the blues. And I'm downtown walking home, crunching my way through the sudden white wonder of a snowstorm. How simply it falls. The world is a white bowl, and the new year is swaddled in drifting shrouds.
Hey, look at me, boy. Look at me. I'm an angel in the snow.
The first and last time I ever saw Lester January was in a parking lot behind the Red Mango Apartments. He was making an angel in the snow.
Angel.
Zippered up to his neck in a faded blue parka. He resembles a beached whale in a body bag gone to seed.
Lloyd, I'm an angel.
Yeah, I can see. The second man, just as big, leaning nonchalant against a 78 GMC panel van. I know him. Floyd January lives at the Red Mango. Says he's a house painter. His face and bare arms are beet red, and the clots of snow falling on his head and shoulders sizzle as if touching down upon a hot plate. A blue-black tattoo of a two-headed snake, fangs exposed, slithers down his right forearm. His handshake is a pair of pliers.
Oh, hey, Mr. Blues. How you like our eastern weather?
All right. Kind of slows things down.
Hey, nothing slows me down.
Floyd pops open the triple tabs on a cardboard blackjack ticket. Each pull tab costs a quarter. 3 of a kind is a winner. Loser takes nothing.
Damn.
At his feet in the snow is a pile of discarded pull tabs, all tongues exposed, valueless as peanut shells.
You should cut out the middleman, Floyd. Huh? Just throw your quarters into the street. Yeah, good one. Hey, but right now, tonight I am the man in the middle.
Come on, Floyd. Make an angel.
Lester. Hey, I want you to meet a friend. What? Horace? Horton.
Funny name.
Yeah, Lester's, he's on the radio, Lester. He talks on it and everything.
He does?
I'm pleased to meet you, Lester. Lester's, kind of slow, simple, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your brothers?
Yeah, twins. Lester got the looks and I got the brains.
Right.
Hey, give him one of your business cards there, Horton. It's going to make him feel important, knowing a big radio star.
Sure, but I'm no star. I DJ a blues show 3 nights a week.
Really? Oh, well, give me one, too.
Give me one.
Yeah, you're a big blues fan, ain't you, Lester?
Okay.
Floyd January! You get out of here!
Like an angry mother bird, Mrs. Landers, the landlady, stands guard at the open door to the building.
This is private property!
Oh, come on, I'm standing on the sidewalk.
Ow!
Mrs. Landers jerks her right arm into the air, and something flashes. A pair of scissors. Or a knife.
Out of here!
Button your lip, you old bat.
Oh.
Bat. Yeah, bat.
I notice that Lester packs a hunting knife in a black leather holster looped to his belt. Ever since my big brother gave me a haircut at the age of 3, I've been wary of sharp objects.
Idiot tenant. I'm phoning the police!
Oh, go ahead. You old witch. She kicked me out this afternoon for not paying last month's rent.
You got a new place?
Yeah. Well, this time tomorrow I'll be on the street or in the penthouse. Huh? Hey, let's go, Lester. We got a job to do.
I'm the shotgun.
That's right.
The panel truck fishtails down Quadra Street, and I'm suddenly alone. A new year, and I look both ways as if my life depended on it. The Red Mango is a 3-story concrete red brick walk-up, built in 1914, when the past was the measure of all things, and the future was the war to end all wars. My flat, number 6, is big enough for me and my collection of over 1,200 jazz and blues albums. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Nelson, what's up?
Not coming over tonight. Too much snow.
Yeah, I was afraid.
Don't have to go to school tomorrow. School bus won't get through.
You don't know that for sure.
Well, anyway, I'm going to spend the day shopping with Mom. You should see the rad leather jacket I got. $600.
Well, where'd you get the money for that?
Insurance, to replace the jacket I lost when the house burned down.
You lost a windbreaker. How does it turn into a leather jacket?
That's how insurance works.
Is that a fact? Hey, maybe you can come over Friday night. After supper, we'll catch a basketball game out at the university.
Canadian basketball sucks.
They play a pretty good brand of ball.
All right, what's for supper?
Tofu stir fry.
Yeah!
I'm just kidding. Think about it.
Maybe.
Call me tomorrow.
Look, Mom's calling me. Bye.
Returning ladder with the feet facing south. It's not fair. Smashing into legs. Ears.
Mrs. Landers, I haven't borrowed the ladder.
Floyd did. Look.
2 bony fists pull up the hem of her skirt. Blue veins beneath white flesh lead to a purple bruise like the silhouette of a medium potato. That's bad. Do you have an ice pack?
Idiot tenant.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea? I've just made some.
If my husband was still alive, he would protect me.
Come on in. I'll write you a check for the rent. Yeah, have a seat.
You feel pretty good entering your 70s. Full of spit and vinegar. But it's a constant struggle. You have to fight like heck. And there's no reserves left. There's no replacement.
Okay.
I've lost the receipt book.
It's beside the teapot.
I couldn't find my nose in a mirror.
Who's here? I flip off the lights. In the parking lot below the window, Floyd's panel truck carves a large zero in the drifting snow, suddenly jerks to a stop. Floyd jumps out from behind the wheel, bare head, still in shirt sleeves. He has a bundle of something light blue under one arm. He takes 2 or 3 steps toward the front of the building. Then suddenly he turns and runs the other way, slips, almost falls down, and runs again in the middle of the snowy street, towards the downtown area until he's out of sight. The truck is still running. The idle resonates, insistent as a drum machine, and the headlights fan a triangle of yellow light across the snow. What's going on here? I guess nothing. I take out a single sheet of blank paper and put it down in front of me on the desk. And then, on the left, I will make a list of things that happened last year. And on the right, I'm walking down a long white corridor of doors, all shapes and sizes of doors. I'm walking blind in a snowstorm of doors opening and closing. And finally, I'm standing in front of a little tiny door, and scrawled across it in a childlike hand are the words, "Too small." And I'm thinking, where do I go from here? I jerk awake, sit up at the desk. After midnight, I've been asleep for over 3 hours. Outside, the storm has passed. A silver kidney bean of moon, skeletal trees, and the panel truck, engine killed, headlights extinguished, sits like a dark alien relic in the pristine quietus of snow. The man at the door is about 35, angular, bony, a head taller than me. His left arm hangs from his body like a broken wing, useless as a mop on the back of a door. When I look up at his face, smooth and hard as a porcelain doll, his cold, sharp blue eyes burn like semi-precious stones.
Yeah? Where's Floyd?
Who are you?
Where is he?
I don't know. He's none of my business.
This your business?
With his good arm, he snaps a business card from his pocket. The card is one of mine. I take it, flip it over, and on the back, in soft pencil, is written, 2,000 resumes.
2,000 resumes? Give me that.
It's my card. Again, he goes into his pocket, but this time a 6-inch knife leaps up in his hand and stops just short of slicing my neck like a dinner roll. I return the card.
That's a good boy. Now, you tell Floyd next time you see him that Bones told you that he's a dead man.
Bones?
Okay?
Okay. Bones puts the knife away, turns and walks toward the stairway. I lean back hard against the locked door. I count my fingers. I wiggle my toes. My throat is soft and smooth and unblemished. I like it like that. I go to the kitchen window. The passenger door of the van hangs open on its hinges like a loose flap of skin. Its window has been broken, and crystals of glass flash like knives in the moonlight. Bones crawls out of the van. He has a fat manila envelope and stuffs it inside his coat. He looks around and then begins to run through the snow, following the trail blazed earlier by Floyd. Everybody's going downtown tonight. In a hurry. I call 911 and go down to the cold street. With a snow shovel, Mrs. Landers is making a path through the snow to the panel van.
What are you doing out here?
Nothing but work. All I ever do.
I just saw someone break into the van. I called the police.
Police? Silly boy. I called a tow truck. About time. Over here.
Hey, just a minute.
Haven't got a minute. This is a 24-hour private parking. Over here.
I wade through the snow to the panel van. Flat on his back in the bed of the van is the snow angel, Lester January. His hunting knife is in his right hand, and his head hangs from his body like a top-heavy puppet. His throat has been slashed.
Hold it!
I spend the next 2 hours in the backseat of a police cruiser talking to Inspector Tallis. I give him my statement again and again and again, and with each telling, Lester January is a little less real. For one thing, Mrs. Landers insists the dead man is Floyd. She'll swear it on a stack of Bibles. For another thing, the driver's license, bank card, care card, and birth certificate found in his wallet agree with her.
A blues DJ. You got anything by Tampa Red?
Everything he ever recorded.
Okay. Sign right here. And here. That will be all. For now.
Thank you. Good night. 4 a.m. I finally hit the sack.
Paramedics were unable to revive the Red Mango was questioned by the police. Authorities are calling the incident a vicious death and aren't even sure of the man's identity.
Hello,
What's going on over there?
Jennifer. Good morning.
Nelson is not coming over to your apartment Friday night.
Oh, what's the problem?
Problem? If you think for 1 minute I'll allow my son to hang around an apartment building full of murderers...
Hold on now.
Nelson is a child. He's an innocent baby.
He's 14 years old, and it's his decision whether or not he comes over here.
Well, that sort of thing does not happen in our neck of the woods.
Oh, no. The only things that happen in your neck of the woods is houses mysteriously burned down in the middle of the night and leather jackets grow on insurance trees. I shouldn't have said that. I get up and get dressed. I rummage around, find 3 old sweaters and put them on, one on top of the other. 4 blown-out elbows out of 6. I roll up a faded black balaclava, put it on over my bald head for a toque. In the mirror, I look old and seedy. I pull the balaclava down over my face, and I look like a threadbare phantom of the street. I want to know some things. On the coldest day of the year, I take to the streets in search of a dead man among the living. I walk downtown, and the new day's dawn is part ice and part fire. Sun on snow, and Pocket City glows in a peninsula of phosphorescence. I don't smoke, but I buy a pack of king-size lights and walk around. I talk to buskers, newspaper vendors, bottle collectors, and panhandlers. I talk to the drunks, sick and scared and lonely. The back alley entrepreneurs of doorways and dumpsters. I hang out with the street kids, their dogs, and their bongos. It gets around I'm an easy touch for a smoke, but no one knows a man with a tattoo of a 2-headed snake. And the word resume is an insult to intelligence.
It'll change.
Behind dark glasses and a bandana, wrapped head to toe in a bright orange blanket, the blind beggar bawls from a bench in the causeway of the inner harbor. I walk over to talk to him, but suddenly I'm bumped into by a teenage boy wearing a faded blue parka. I grab his coat sleeve.
Hey, where'd you get that coat?
His pupils are dilated like peppercorns. I give chase, but lose track of the boy somewhere along Government Street. I make a circle of downtown and end up back at the bench in the inner harbor. The blind beggar has moved along. I sit down on the bench in the noon-high sun. At my feet in the dirty snow, 3 blackjack pull tabs stir in the wind, and I think of Floyd. I think of my odds. I think, what do I do now? Ask for spare change?
2,000 resumes? It's a joke. Yeah, Vern here.
I look up from my despair. My redeemer is a clean-cut, good-looking guy in a 3-piece suit talking on a cellular phone and waiting for a light to change. Evidently, I've been talking to the wrong kind of people.
Do you think it takes a genius to figure that out? Bones. In the tower.
Vern turns around and looks at me, and I look away.
Hey, buddy. Spend it wisely.
A quarter bounces at my feet. I look up again, and Vern is already crossing the street. The tower is a 21-story apartment building on the east side of downtown. By the time I get to the front door, Vern is already entering the elevator in the lobby. The illuminated numbers above the elevator door light up one by one. There's a long pause at 13, and the lights begin their descent. While I wait, I spend the quarter wisely. Rising floor by floor, my blood pressure soars. My heart is in my throat. The hallway on the 13th floor is littered with $50 bills, and their trail leads to a manila envelope in the doorway of an apartment where Bones and Vern appear to be slow dancing cheek to cheek. Bones suddenly stops dancing, slumps, and curls up on the floor. Vern turns around. The left side of his face is a purple wound of raw hamburger. He has a gun in his hand.
Happy New Year, sucker. On your hands and knees.
Behind my back, I punch the down button, but the elevator is already on another floor.
Hands and knees. Now.
I get down on my hands and knees.
Now pick up all the bills and crawl slowly toward me.
I pick up a $50 bill and crawl to the next one and look at it. There must be at least 100 of them. This might take all day.
Pick 'em up. Pick 'em up. I said crawl slowly. Pick 'em up.
I pick up the bills, one by one, and crawl slowly towards Vern and the gun.
Pick them up.
Freeze! Police!
By the time Inspector Tallis is through with me, it's already dark outside, and it's raining. But I go for a long walk to try to put myself together. I cross the street at Government to walk along the causeway. I flip a loony.
Hey, thanks.
It hits the wet sidewalk and begins to roll. From beneath the soggy blanket, a bare forearm shoots out, quick as a lizard's tongue, to ensnare the golden coin.
Hi, Floyd. What? Nice tattoo.
We go to a 24-hour restaurant where the booths are a brighter orange than Floyd's blanket. Floyd orders the Texas steak, a slab of meat tough enough you could cobble it to the bottom of your shoe.
Ketchup.
So what's the story, Floyd?
Excuse me.
Who murdered Lester?
Well, nobody, really. It was a drug overdose.
Somebody slashed his throat.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that. That was later. After I,
Abandoned him?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I left, yeah.
But you took the time to remove Lester's coat and to trade IDs with him.
Yeah. Well, that was my only chance to become a dead man and to disappear.
You and Lester were the couriers in the drug deal that went bad?
Yeah. Yeah. Bones gave us a package with 2,000 hits of LSD on blotter paper. Lester broke it open. I couldn't stop him. He was chewing a big wad of it like bubble gum.
Oh, man.
It meant the delivery would be short, but I made the drop-off in the pickup anyway. I went back to Bones. He took one look at Lester, knew what happened, and started freaking out. Lester broke Bones' arms, and we took off with the money. And then, I don't know, Lester had a heart attack or something. He dropped dead.
Oh,
Well, no, it's the truth. I saw it all with these two eyes.
Well, who's to argue? Bones and Lester are both dead.
Yeah. It was tough. Especially for my brother. That's real tough. I miss the big guy. I miss him a lot. But...
I got up from the booth, walked to the till, and paid the bill. The last time I saw Floyd January, he was sucking on a mint toothpick and popping open the tabs on a blackjack ticket.
3 sevens!
Some guys have all the luck. Back home, I take a bath, put on clean clothes, and play back a message on my machine.
Dad? I'm sick of shopping, so I'm coming over tomorrow night. If you have to make tofu, I guess I can always put ketchup on it. I'm looking forward to it. Bye.
Great. I'm looking forward to it, too. But something still bugs me about Lester.
What do you want?
I wanted to know how you were doing.
As long as I don't miss my favorite program, I'm fine.
I saw Floyd tonight.
Who?
Floyd January.
He's dead.
Oh, Floyd is very much alive. Doesn't have much of a future, maybe, but he is definitely...
He's dead. With a knife.
Dangling from a metal ring hanging on a hook on the wall just inside Mrs. Lander's doorway are the keys to a 78 GMC panel van. Pocket City's New Year's child hits the ground running, but the double door opens and closes like a pocket turns in and turns out. Birth is a blank page. Death a full stop. All the middle is gravy and tears. Help the poor. Help poor me. My name is Horton Spring. Flush with joy. I'm a student of the blues.
Help the poor. Won't you help for me? I've a heart, won't you, baby? Listen to my plea. Well, I need you so bad, I need your care. Need all the loving, baby, you can spare. Help the poor. Oh, baby, won't you help for me?
You have been listening to The Double Door, Part 2 of Pocket City Blues by Charles Tiddler. Michael Hogan starred as Horton Spring. With him were Susan Hogan as Jennifer, Chris Lubbock as Nelson, Ken Buhay as Lester, Bill Dow as Floyd, Mickey Monsell as Mrs. Landers, Alex Beacon as Bones, Alvin Sanders as Dwight Keys, David Bloom as Vern, with Fred Diel as Detective Tallis. The music was performed by the Dave Harris Quartet. The recording engineer was Chris Cuthras, with sound effects by Joe Silva. The associate producer was Dagmar Kafanka Nunn. Pocket City Blues is produced and directed in Vancouver by Don Kowalchuk. The executive producer of the Mystery Project is Bill Howell. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. And tonight, it's episode 3 of Charles Tiddler's Pocket City Blues, wherein Horton Spring tries to find a track to keep his life on. Horton's motives are only the best when he tries to help a young jazz singer. But in typical Horton Spring style, everything turns to ashes, and the resulting threats are deadly. Michael Hogan stars in Pocket City Blues, Part 3, Rose Violin.
Victoria, British Columbia, March 4th. The only sentence in the calendar, a declarative one. March 4th. Let's declare an early spring in Pocket City. Declare the licking grass spreading green fire through the sun-painted town. Declare plum and cherry trees to line the foaming streets with pom-poms of orgasm. Declare sitting on a rock in the sun. Declare spring. My name is Horton Spring. I'm a student of the blues. Signs at the intersection of Quadra and Hillside bid me to pause and ponder. Have you tried your onions fried? Why seek ye the living among the dead? With the green light, I speed up Quadra, turn right to climb Towpath, hang a left onto the rise to take it all the way to the top, and park beside the old city reservoir.
Let's take a look around.
You got the wall?
A gravel path between blackberry brambles and the chain-link fence of the reservoir leads to a high meadow of wild grass and a stand of rare Gary oak trees that twist and gnarl with new green. Far below, the clockwork beehive of Pocket City. This is the rise. Early spring, and this 45-year-old's fancy turns to pitch and catch with his son.
One more.
I'm tired of pop-ups.
Sharp ground ball. Second hop. Hey, good snag.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You should have brought the bat, huh?
I'll probably lose the ball up here.
Are you taking me home now?
Guess so. But first, there's a young singer lives around here someplace. I've been trying to get a hold of. Her name's Rose Violin.
Never heard of her.
Oh, you will.
That's the song of songs.
Less than a block down the rise, I pull over on the steep shoulder of the road and park behind an old Toyota sedan with a Camison College sticker blistering on the back bumper. A red brick path between bushes of yellow forsythia lead to the main floor apartment of a once proudly bright blue house with a front porch big enough to park a 1-ton truck.
Dad, there's no one home.
You got a pen or a pencil?
Are you kidding?
Tyson!
Good evening, gentlemen.
The boy at the door has the almond-eyed androgynous beauty of a small deer. He bows deeply from the waist with a flourish as graceful as a 17th century courtier.
How may I be of service to you today?
I told you not to answer. Hello?
Rose Violin?
We make eye contact, and her natural good looks sour behind the scar of a fierce, aggressive frown. There's enough luggage under her eyes for 2 weeks in Mexico.
Who are you?
Horton Spring, and this is my son, Nelson.
How old are you? I'm 10.
14.
You're the radio guy?
Yes.
Here, I made this raptor for you.
Origami?
I've been trying for weeks to get you on the phone.
You have a hard time taking a hint?
It's just a piece of paper.
I think you're an extraordinarily gifted singer.
I have a very, very special drawer.
I'd like to feature your CD on my late-night blues show.
So what?
I don't sing the blues.
I play some jazz singers, too.
And nobody can look at this stuff.
I don't know why my former agent sent you a copy of the CD. I've had it withdrawn from all the stores, and I don't want any of your airtime, period.
But you're so good. You deserve the exposure.
Probably full of dumb crap.
Exposure is the last thing I want.
I changed my mind.
I don't understand.
Give me back my raptor.
It's none of your business to understand.
Stupid piece of paper.
It's not.
You know, I've listened to your show, and I hate the way you always dig around into the private lives of people like Billie Holiday.
That
Biographical anecdotes.
Oh, you just relish exposing.
Skinny Minnie.
Sorry, you see it that way. Here's my card, in case you change your mind.
Oh, I won't change my mind.
Hey, boys! Nelson,
don't you ever, young man, lay a hand on my son.
He started it.
You're twice his size. You stop it.
In a situation like that, you take a time out.
I gave him a timeout. Dad, there's a note under the windshield wiper.
The note, written in pencil on a page torn from a composition book and folded in 4, says, "Stay away from Rose Violin." I look up, and 2 blocks down the rise, the Toyota sedan is making a left turn onto Buena Vista. I make my way back down to Quadra, turn right at Bay, and take it all the way to the Point Ellis Bridge, crossing into Vic West. In the far distance, razor blue mountains cradle the soft poached egg of the setting sun.
So is she, this singer, your new girlfriend?
No, and I'm not in the market.
Girls are a waste of time.
That's a pretty general statement.
Like every guy I know with a girlfriend is a sick puppy zomboid. Travis, my best friend, quit the basketball team over a girl. I'll die before I get a girlfriend.
Famous last words.
Want to bet? You'll lose. Night, Dad.
See you in the weekend. Bring it back. I drive through Vic West. The quickest route downtown to the Sea Blue Studios is the Blue Bridge to Johnson Street. I go on air at midnight and still have a lot of work. I make a sharp right into the parking lot of the Payless gas station. The car following immediately behind continues down the street and takes a left at the light. A Toyota sedan with a Camison College sticker on the rear bumper. Guess I've made a new friend. All right. This is Midnight Blues. My name is Horton Spring. The phone line is open until 3 a.m. Talk to me. Midnight Blues. Midnight Blues. Midnight Blues. Damn. I let it ring. 8, 9, 10 times, and finally all is quiet on the Western Front. I call *69. Call returned.
The number of your last caller is 3602583. The party you are trying to reach does not accept calls on this number.
After the show, I go home to my apartment above the Red Mango Cafe. The clock on the VCR flashes 3:37, and my answering machine has 13 messages. 13 messages. 13 hang-ups. Hello. I hate these one-way relationships. I unplug the phone, throw the deadbolt, shut off the lights, and go to bed. Postcard Inner Harbor. Lunchbaggers in shirt sleeves roost on the park benches in Bastion Square. The sun shines like a fresh coat of paint. I lean against the rough trunk of a weeping elm as Rhodes' violin descends the granite steps of the Heritage Building where she works as a government clerk. I doubt she'll be happy to see me, but I want to know some things.
What are you doing here?
I thought you might have been trying to call me last night.
You've got a lot of nerve. Excuse me, this is my lunch hour.
Miss Violin, I was talking to you.
Michael, you are forbidden to talk to me outside of the office.
Michael is a fat man in his late 50s, bald with an NDP mustache. His eyes are like flashbulbs. They pop on and go off.
Drop the charges against me or I will ruin you.
Stop harassing me.
Rose loops her arm into mine in such a way that we stand together closely side by side. Michael flaps his arms like a turkey trying to fly. Under each arm there's a sweat stain the size of a fried egg.
So, is this your lover?
This is my lawyer.
But now this incident never happened.
Thank you.
Let's have lunch.
Cigarette?
I'm a second-hand smoker. So, who's Michael?
Michael Morrison is my supervisor. 6 weeks ago, he sexually harassed me and I reported him.
Good for you.
There's nothing good about it.
Well, it's good that there's a policy to protect you.
Most of my coworkers think I'm out to get Michael. Loyal bureaucrat, Family Man brought low by a single mother, divorcee jazz singer. It's a classic case of blame the victim. I'm a virtual prisoner in my own home. I don't answer the phone. I don't answer the door. I go to work. I go home. They may as well strap a monitor to my ankle.
That's why you withdrew your CD from the stores?
I have to tell you something. Your ex-wife phoned me at work this morning.
Jennifer?
Evidently, your son told her I was your new girlfriend.
I'm really sorry that happened.
She warned me to stay away from you.
So I guess you know a lot about me from her point of view.
She said you once did a house.
A living room. I destroyed our living room one night 2 years ago. The cops came and took me away. I haven't had a drink since. For 6 months, I was in a workshop at a men's violence center. It isn't much, maybe, but people can and do change their lives.
Yeah, maybe people can. But men don't.
Speaking of men, who do you know at Camosun?
Is that any of your business?
Somebody is making it my business. Somebody with a Toyota sedan who left a note on my car telling me to stay away from you.
When did this happen?
While I was at your place last night.
You saw him?
Only his car. He followed me across town. And I think he was later responsible for some crank phone calls. Who is he?
Oh.
You know, it's all right here. I'll help you pick it up.
My purse. What a mess.
Pen, lipstick. I reach under my chair to retrieve her phone bill. And I can't help but notice she has charges for both call screen and alternate number display. That everything?
Yeah, thank you. There's a guy I know, Jerry Spanks. He sat beside me in a journal writing class. Jerry and I went out for a coffee and, just a couple of times. And one night, well, he had ideas about us that I didn't share. So
You broke it off?
I lost some things, my journal and some laundry.
Laundry?
Yeah.
So you suspected Jerry?
No, not at first. There's a young man named Danny who lives in the basement below me. I used to hire him to babysit, but I didn't like the way he handled Tyson. So I fired him. And we had words. After that, funny things started to happen around the house. Like one day, I found a dead rat in my mailbox.
What motive would Jerry have to steal the journal?
I don't know. But the last time I saw him, he was really weird. And he knew things about me that I have never told anyone except
Your journal. But it seems to me that Michael Morrison is the one who would get the most mileage out of possession.
Enough, please. If I lose my job, I'll lose everything. I'll lose my son. Excuse me, I have to get back to work now.
1:45 p.m. A perfect day. I drive up to the rise and park in Rose's driveway. I walk around the side of the house to the basement door.
What do you want?
The young man at the basement door has a chartreuse mohawk haircut and a hatchet face that probably stopped smiling at puberty. He wears baggy jeans and a white T-shirt hand-painted with tar that says, "Got a problem? Bite me." He's standing barefoot in water 1/4 of an inch deep. My name's Horton Spring.
And I'm bleeping Noah.
Name in the mailbox says Danny Rip.
What's it to you?
I'm a friend of Rose Violin.
She has friends? Guess you haven't met Tyson yet. Total psycho brat.
Did you physically abuse her son?
Is that what she said? Oh, look at this place.
The water extends into the whole of the bachelor flat. Behind Danny, on a yellow Formica table, is a .30-06 rifle. And beside it, a box of shells.
I'm not exactly a duck. I don't look like a duck. I don't have feet like a duck. I don't quack. No, I'm not a duck. But this morning, I wake up to this. And I find a hose running in my clothes closet. Who put it there? 10 times out of 10, Tyson.
Is that rifle registered with the police?
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not.
Bite me.
There it is, parked across the street. The Camosun Toyota. I walk around the back of the house. slip behind a lilac hedge, and make my way slowly to the street. I duck and run across the street, and I'm behind the Toyota. Slowly, I walk to the passenger side window and look in. Jerry Spinks is about 35, blonde, good-looking, weak chin. He doesn't see me, stares straight ahead and grips the steering wheel with both hands as if it were a life preserver. His knuckles are white. There's something like pleasure in his face and something like pain. The trouble is, he isn't really here. Jerry turns his head and looks at me. Through the rolled-up window, I mouth the words, "Talk to me!" I run back to Danny's. I put my shoulder to the door. A pungent cordite blue haze drifts above the bare mattress where Danny sits with his head in his hands.
Go away and leave me alone.
I take the rifle from his lap and eject the cartridge. I call 911 and tell the operator what happened. I look around. Danny's CD player is 100 shards of black plastic and in major need of repair. I sit down beside Danny. 2 running shoes, like little boats, bob in the water at the foot of the mattress. In the heel pocket of each shoe is an origami dinosaur. Danny, everything's going to be okay. 3:15 is the time on the clock on the wall of the Royal Jubilee Hospital emergency room.
Danny?
This is Danny.
A psychiatric nurse by the name of Ben puts his arm around Danny and leads him step by little step down a fluorescent lit hallway.
I can't.
Ben is as burly as a bear and as gentle as a teddy. Head down like a yearling calf enters a slaughterhouse. Danny enters the padded room. I walk to my car in the hospital parking lot. Across Fort Street is a family restaurant, and I'm thinking, in a world such as this one, I could use a cup of coffee. I cross the street to the restaurant, and, surprise, parked by the front door is the Camison Toyota. Then I see him through the window, in the furthest booth against the back wall. A man with a very weak chin. In the seat across the booth from Jerry is Michael Morrison. Sweat bubbles on his forehead like grease on a hot skillet. What do you do in a situation like this? You confront your demons. I enter just in time to see Michael throw his napkin into Jerry's face. Take that. Michael squeezes out of the booth and waddles his way across the crowded room. He almost walks right through me. Michael, hello again. Another incident that never happened?
You're not a lawyer.
And you, sir, are not a human being. I slide into the only vacant seat in the restaurant. Talk to me. Jerry bolts to leave. I grab his wrist. Here, outside, or in hell. Your choice.
Is everything okay here?
Your call, Jerry.
Everything's fine.
Can I get anything else? Dessert?
I'll take a cup of coffee, please.
There's a minimum charge of $2.50.
Make that a fresh cup of coffee.
Okie dokie.
Talk to me.
What do you want me to talk about?
Why are you stalking Rose Violin?
I'm not stalking.
You park outside her place and spy on her. You follow her around. You spy on her friends. You make phone calls.
I'm protecting her.
What's the story, Jerry?
I met Rose at Camosun. And one night I gave her a ride home. Her place was a mess. Broken dishes, lamps. And her babysitter, Danny, was sitting on top of Tyson. Had him pinned to the floor. Rose was furious, ordered Danny out of her apartment. I helped her put Tyson to bed and insisted on spending the night.
You slept with her? Did you?
I slept on her living room sofa.
What happens next?
Next morning, I gave Tyson a ride to school and dropped Rose off at work. Later, I found 3 pages torn from her journal on the floor of my back seat. I read them.
That's abuse, Jerry.
And the next time I saw Rose, I said things I could only know from having read her journal, and she accused me of stealing it and has refused to see me or talk to me since. But there's no way I can prove my innocence, Stu.
But you're not innocent, Jerry.
Look, I figured Danny set me up, so I started watching the house, hoping I could catch him out. And then she would take me back.
In the meantime, you make a deal to sell the 3 pages to Michael Morrison, the man who wants to ruin her.
But I didn't go through with it. That's why he walked out just now. Look, I love her so much.
Yeah, right. I take out one of my cards, and on the back I write down an address and a telephone number. I give the card to Jerry.
Men's Violence Center? Why are you giving me this?
If you have to ask the question, Jerry, you don't have the answer.
Here. Give this to Rose.
A sealed envelope?
3 pages from her journal.
I get home at 10 to 5. It's been a full day, but I still have to make a couple of phone calls. One to Rose and one to...
Hello, Jennifer Spring speaking.
Hi.
Horton, I haven't got any time for you right now. I'm expecting a call any moment from the architect who's drawing up our new house plans.
Well, apparently you had lots of time for Rose violin this morning.
I think the people have a right to know what kind of man you really are.
I have a right to a private life. Stop pumping Nelson for information about me.
I don't pump him. If I ruined it with you and your new girlfriend, tough.
You didn't ruin anything. I'm seeing her tonight.
I've got a call on the other line. Bye.
Go away.
Hi, Tyson. How you doing?
I hate your kid. Big black spiders should eat him to death.
I'm sorry about what happened last night. Is your mother home?
No.
Hi.
Evening, Rose.
Well, won't you come on in?
He doesn't want to.
Tyson.
It's okay. I don't have to come in.
See?
Tyson, can I have a minute alone, please, with Mr. Spring?
No.
He can stay.
I do what I want to do when I want to do it, and nobody can stop me.
Well, guess what? Michael Morrison announced to the entire office this afternoon that he's taking an early retirement.
Handsome package?
Well, I guess so, because he's flying to Belize for a month's vacation.
Nice work if you can get it. Here, according to Jerry Spinks, this envelope contains 3 pages of your journal.
Oh, I thought you had the whole thing.
No, I don't, but I know where it is. And so does Tyson.
You just want to have sex with my mother.
Tyson, stop it.
Your journal is in a very, very special drawer.
No! 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 No!
Tyson!
I follow Rose through the living room into a back bedroom where a fishbowl lies shattered in the middle of the floor. Rose gets down on her knees to scoop up a small fish as bright as the shard of a rainbow. Her hand is bleeding. She runs into the bathroom. Tyson charges me with a pair of scissors in his right fist, but I grab the boy and hold him close to my chest. The scissors drop to the floor.
Child abuse!
Is child restraint, son? Rose breaks the tiny padlock in the bottom desk drawer. The desk drawer contains a black and white photo of Virginia Woolf, a journal, and what looks like some clean laundry.
My lovely boy, my good and lovely boy.
Tyson kicks, and I hold him like an underwater swimmer holds his breath. I don't let go. How's Tyson?
Oh, he's asleep, finally. You know, he told me that when he's mad at me, he feels like putting a dead rat in the mailbox. Horton, what am I going to do for him?
Keep coming back. Never quit. Never walk away. I put my arms around Rose and give her a good hug. And it is like a friend who hugs a good friend. The fragile bug in the green light of day will never know a broken thing, will never know the wreckage burst by the new leaf. Declare the long shadows behind us. Declare spring in Pocket City. This is Midnight Blues, and tonight we feature the jazz singer Rose Violin. My name is Horton Spring. I'm a student of the blues.
I love you, hum the April breeze. I love you, echo the hills. I love you, the golden dawn agrees. As once more she sees daffodils
You have just heard Rose Violin, Episode 3 of Pocket City Blues by Charles Tiddler. Our cast tonight included Michael Hogan as Horton Spring, Susan Hogan as ex-wife Jennifer, Chris Lubbock as Nelson, Brenda Critchlow as Rose Violin, Neil Dennis as Tyson, Alessandra Giuliani as Danny, Vincent Gale as Jerry, Tom Macbeth as Michael Morrison, Sharon Heath as the waitress, and Sarah Mariaros sang the song. The music was provided by the Dave Harris Quartet, augmented by pianist Tom Vickery. The recording engineer was Chris Cuttress. The sound effects were by Joe Silva. The associate producer was Dagmar Kafankinan. Pocket City Blues is produced and directed in Vancouver by Don Kowalchuk. The executive producer of the Mystery Project is Bill Howell. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening. Pocket City Blues by Charles Tiddler. These are the stories of Horton Spring, boy philosopher at age 45. He's one of nature's victims. If he had a destiny, it would be appalling. Any chance encounter means that the fates have targeted him again. Michael Hogan stars in Pocket City Blues, Part 4.
Victoria, British Columbia. 10 days of wicked dog days heat in the gentle month of May. Acid sunlight. Sunlight like an extra layer of asphalt. Sunlight with a guarantee. And Pocket City turns in the heat like a fly tangled in cream. Is it hot enough for you? You know, sometimes when my head bakes like a potato in the sun, sometimes I get them Catwoman dreams. My name is Horton Spring. I'm a student of the blues. Sour, brutish, and necessary as a bowel movement. The traffic crawls down Douglas Street. But not for long. Already the cops are setting up cross-street barricades. And curbside a crowd begins to gather for the Queen's birthday parade. 2 hours of marching bands, drums, acrobats, fire trucks, kids, dogs, horses, clowns. I sit with an iced cappuccino at a sidewalk table and broil in the sun. Not yet 9 o'clock and already it's hot. Buildings across the street wobble in the heat. 2 boys on inline skates play chicken with sidewalk trees and almost run over the Catwoman.
Hey, you guys, careful!
The Catwoman is a white-haired lady wearing sexy high heels of black velvet, delicately strapped to bare ankles, and a dull, old, full-length winter coat. Beneath a wedge of black scarf, her face is a plowed field. Her eyes are 2 stones of blue ice. The Catwoman has a piece of yellow rope in her hands behind her pack and pulls along a white cardboard banana box that contains rags and a black mother cat and 7 black newborn kittens.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Nelson. About time you got here.
Give me $5, Dad.
$5?
$5, come on.
No. What's going on?
Some guys are waiting for me.
I thought you and I were going to watch the parade together.
I want to hang out with my friends, Dad.
Well, where are you sleeping tonight?
Mom.
So when do I see you next?
Come on, do I get $5 or not?
I already said no $5.
Why do I waste my time?
No, well, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I gotta go.
I'll call you at your mom's tonight. Did you hear me?
You call me tonight. Bye.
I press to the front of the crowd. In the middle of the street, a young and beautiful woman is dancing, turning cartwheels and howling with orgasmic pleasure. Is she drunk or on drugs? Oh, she's beautiful, graceful and hot. Diaphanous rainbow scarves, barefoot. And now, 2 cops begin walking toward the woman from behind. And she suddenly turns 2 more cartwheels and glides to a stop in my arms.
Oh. I love you.
Yeah.
Make love to me.
Well,
No, take me away.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Her body is hot and wet and musky as sandalwood.
Help me. Please. Please help me.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Constable Pudge.
Please.
How many drinks have you had today?
I don't drink.
I'd like for you to breathe into the breathalyzer, please.
No.
She said she doesn't drink. Smell her.
Who are you? You look familiar.
Oh, he's my husband.
We were just leaving, Constable. Our car's parked down in Chinatown.
Good idea. Get her off this street.
We turned to go, and I noticed for the first time, the young woman has the same ice blue eyes as the Catwoman.
I don't think I've eaten in days.
So, up there on the street, why did you choose me?
Well, I'm running around in the middle of the parade, howling my head off,
Yeah.
turning cartwheels. It suddenly occurs to me, what am I doing here? Well, I had to trust someone in a hurry. And, well, I liked your eyes.
You could tell that from the middle of the street. Pick out one guy in a crowd watching a parade.
Are you a doctor? A teacher?
I'm a blues DJ on the radio. My name, by the way, is Horton Springs.
Oh, wow. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
I cannot tell you my name. I suspect I have a name. It makes sense I would, doesn't it?
You don't know who you are? You've got amnesia?
Yes.
Were you in an accident of some kind?
I don't know.
Are you hurt?
Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh. That's a nasty goose egg you've got there.
I do like your eyes.
You've got nice eyes, too.
Thanks.
Like cat eyes. So your earliest memory, then, is dancing in the parade?
Yes. No. I remember hearing the parade before I was in it. I was sitting behind the wheel of a car with the window rolled up. My face was in the window, and I was crying.
The car belongs to you?
I don't know, but I remember the keys. The keychain was in my lap. Oh, where did they go?
Well, maybe the keys fell out of your lap when you got out of the car.
Maybe. Yes, they did. I heard them fall, but the parade carried me away.
Is there anything else about the car you remember?
Yeah. Yes. Well, there was this little sticker on the window that said, "Visit White Rock." Hey!
What?
My name is Beverly White, and I live in White Rock. How about that?
Wow, great. Beverly White.
Yes? Oh, no, I think my boyfriend might be very mad at me.
Your boyfriend? Why would he be mad?
I don't know. I see it in his face. He looks mad. Be my baby. Be my baby. Be my baby.
Beverly, do you have any family here? Friends in town?
I was raised in Victoria by my aunt. She has a house on Selkirk along the gorge. I think I better go home now.
Back to White Rock?
Yes. My boyfriend will be looking for me. There's my car.
It's a rusty mustard yellow Austin parked at the entrance to the Red Mango. And this is my apartment building.
And there's my boyfriend.
In the car, sugar.
Okay.
Good luck, Beverly.
Good luck, Beverly.
The boyfriend is a big man. Big as a bull calf. A pink bull calf in white shorts and white muscle shirt. Pink arms the size of legs. Shoulders like grayed hams. Legs thick as pink tree trunks. Shaved pepper pot head. Face as pink as bubblegum.
Who are you?
This is my neighborhood, pal. You're the stranger.
Sniffing into my old lady your neighborhood?
I helped her out in a jam. I walked her to her car.
And did you make the ugly beast with her last night?
Come on.
If you did, you're cooked. 'Cause she's got AIDS. That's what this whole crazy escapade is all about. You know it? Anybody touches her is humping with the Grim Reaper. The doctor called and told me she tested positive. To break it to her sweet and easy. And bang! She run off in the car. And I had to come to the island looking for her. Like some sick dog that's run off rutting.
Oh, you're born.
Well, sucker, here's to improving the neighborhood.
Take care of the lady.
Some of these women you can't take care of. You just have to teach them a lesson.
The Austin has no rear license plate. A bumper sticker says, "The Final Conflict." Dearborn turns right on Quadra, and the Austin jerks. And Dearborn appears to slump forward. Beverly has her hand on the steering wheel. I run to the corner. A block away, the Austin runs a red light in front of the new police station and is gone.
Hey, what's going on?
Nelson and two other kids camped out on my living room floor, smoking a joint.
Hey, didn't you know we were listening?
Give me that. There's no smoking in here, gang.
Like we're already baked anyway.
Hi, I'm Horton, Nelson's dad. This is my place. Who are you?
You mean Travis?
Nicole. It was Travis's idea to buy pot.
Shut up.
Hey, there's no physical abuse in here either.
Just my girlfriend. Who cares?
I care, thank you. There's my door. Get out.
Well, that's...
You're just uptight because you don't smoke anymore.
And where are you going, Nelson? Back to your mother's?
Not while I'm stoned.
I'm calling you tonight at your mother's, remember?
Bye, Dad.
Later. At your mother's.
Shut up.
The thermometer says 40 degrees Celsius. My flat is clammy. A sweat box stinking of marijuana. Emotions are tinder dry. It's too hot to think. And boy, am I ever in a good mood. I want to know some things. Surprise. There's a V. White with an address on Selkirk. I make a couple of calls. There's no answer at the number on Selkirk. Hello, Horton Spring here.
Dr. Plant's office returning your call. This is Anne speaking.
Oh, yes, thank you. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions regarding confidentiality. If I were to, say, get some blood tests done, would the doctor make the results known to anybody but myself?
Absolutely not. Such information is confidential between you and your doctor.
The doctor wouldn't give such information to, say, my wife or my girlfriend?
Never. An insurance company, on the other hand, is a different matter.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The sun shines and the traffic cuts across town like knives flashing. I take the Point Ellis Bridge and turn onto Selkirk off Craigflower. 2 blocks later, I park behind the mustard yellow Austin. Oh, there's dried blood on the driver's door handle of the Austin. Driver's side window is finger painted in blood. There's a lot of blood on the seat, the wheel, the floor. Selkirk is a sleepy part of town. Big heritage houses, spotless lawns that you buy by the yard, trees and bushes just returned from the dry cleaners. No one is ever at home. The houses on this side of the street have the gorge for a backyard. Through the dark trees, I see a white square of floating wharf and a green rowboat. The water blazes like a mirror on fire.
Yes.
The woman at the door is about 50, hearty and healthy, wearing a fresh-pressed, spotlessly white nurse's uniform, complete with little white cap. Her smile is razor-thin, and she has ice blue eyes. Afternoon. Are you Mrs. V. White?
Violet White, yes?
You have a niece named Beverly?
Why?
Beverly White kind of picked me out of a crowd this morning, and I was wondering how she was doing.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr.
Spring.
I have a niece named Beverly White who lives in White Rock, but I haven't seen her for over 2 months.
Her car is parked just across the street. See?
Really? How do you know it's hers?
Be my baby.
You haven't seen Beverly today? She's not in the house with you right now?
No, she's not.
What about Dearborn, her boyfriend? Have you seen him today?
Lucky for him, no.
You don't get along with him?
He has traumatized Beverly until she's a vegetable. I swear if he were here, I would stab him and kill him and cut him into 9 pieces and feed him to the birds at sea.
So, I guess you haven't seen him then?
Nope, not today.
You mind if I look around?
Oh, no, go right ahead. But don't go out in the green rowboat.
I turn to go, and something hard and blunt splits my head in two. Stars scream in my eyes, and I fall into deep black.
Mother, grab the axe. Come and kill the murdering fox. Wrap his 9 pieces with butcher's brown paper and set them to sea in the box.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I wake up on the wharf. I'm wet and cold and sore. Oh, no. It must be 4:30. The sun just coming up. There's a lot of blood on the wharf. I pat my stomach, my arms, my legs. Oh, it isn't my blood. The green rowboat is gone. The house is lit right up. The windows are bare. The drapes are gone. The place is antiseptic. There's a for sale sign in the front yard. There's an open house this afternoon. The mustard yellow awesome is gone. And so is my distributor cap. I decide to follow the shoreline along the gorge on foot. I cross through Banfield Park, past the old railway bridge, through mud, waste places, parking lots crumbling into morning glory, field of broken glass, a flare of rusty cable, blackberry patch, always the water in sight but no green rowboat. I step through the thick brush and suddenly at my feet a black cat suckles 7 black kittens. There she is, up ahead, between sea and yellow broom. The cat woman turns in the full sunlight, careful not to tread upon her own shadow. She has a small mattock, and she digs with it deep. Digs deep into the black earth until she turns up what looks like an ear of corn. It is a corn doll, and it is sprouting green. The Catwoman turns and looks at me and points a finger out to sea. And there, way out by Ogden Point's flashing lights, is a small green dot of a rowboat. Hours later, it's a little past noon, and I'm having a cup of coffee with Inspector Tallis at the Curling Club coffee shop. Outside, Pocket City broils, but in here, it's cool. They make ice in here. In here, a cop feels cool enough to talk.
So we fish the rowboat off Ogden Point. We gap it with a hook on the end of a long handle. Mm-hmm. And we pull the rowboat in. And in the rowboat is a banana box. And we pull that out. Damn heavy, 220 pounds of banana box. We take the lid off, and inside the box is 8 packages of meat wrapped in butcher's paper. 8 pieces of a man. No. 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 torso, 2 testicles, 1 penis, all diced and spiced with rosemary and garlic.
That was a nice touch.
But no head. Well, it would have been a tight fit in the box. Great fingerprints, though. Real clean. His name is Dearborn Ivan Krutz.
Yes.
A.K.A. Donnie Crud, Johnny Crap, Joey Scumbag. Krutz. Initials D.I.K. Spells Dick. Neo-Nazi, Hell's Angel, skinhead, terrorist, pedophile, woman killer. Scumbag. Dick. We got his dick.
I think I know where you can find the head.
He's the #1 suspect in the murder-rape of a woman 2 nights ago in a White Rock motel.
Oh, no.
The second woman, Scumbag's girlfriend, probably saw the whole thing, but she's disappeared.
Yes, that's Beverly White, the woman in the parade yesterday.
Who would want this guy dead? The far shorter list would be who wouldn't want him dead.
Yeah, right.
His mother wouldn't be on that list. Now, don't get me wrong. We've got the forensics, the autopsy, a full investigation here. I want to know who did this. But, you know, you're walking down the street and you get some crapola stuck in your shoe. And you try to wipe it off. And you go in the grass and you try to wipe it there. And then you go home and you scrub the shoe with Mr. Clean and the scrub brush. And you scrub and you scrub and then you cut up the shoe into 9 pieces and throw them in the garbage.
So, justice was done.
Well, I don't know about justice. That's how you get the crapola off your shoe.
Listen, on the other side of the Blue Bridge in the waste field of the Songhees, there's a stand of yellow broom and Scotch gorse.
Prickly just to think about.
That's where the Catwoman hangs out.
Oh, you're back to your moon goddess cult conspiracy theory
Inspector
again.
Tallis, maybe I'm nuts, but I did find the boat and the box. Why won't you come and take a look?
Okay.
Let's go. Oh, ow. Oh, that gorse hurts. Here. Look at this.
Huh? That's an old ear of corn.
It's a corn doll. The Catwoman dug it up.
Horton, I think you've been having too many of them Catwoman dreams.
Here, the wasps.
Huh?
Follow me.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, my God.
In the middle of the gorse patch is a small clearing where a sharp stake has been driven into the rocky ground. On the top of the stake, a swarm with flesh-eating yellow jackets is a human head. The Catwoman steps into the clearing.
We bring this branch to the palace. This fresh-cut spray from the mountains. Happy was the hunting.
Jennifer?
Yes? You were making the call.
I'm in a phone booth downtown. I'm pretty beat, but I wanted to check up on Nelson.
You're beat. Oh, great. Are you telling me you don't know where Nelson is? He's not with you?
No, I haven't seen him since yesterday morning.
Oh.
He was on his way to your place.
He told me he was staying over with you.
I wasn't even at home last night.
Oh? Did you know he has a girlfriend now? Nicole?
That was fast. I wonder where she was last night.
Oh, you're a sick man. He's 14 years old. She's 13.
And how much do they know about safe sex?
Oh, is there any possibility that Nelson's father will grow up before Nelson does?
Jennifer, we've both been had here. This has got to be no penalty blame in the parent department, okay?
Okay. But you've got to talk to him. Soon.
I will. Every year between Maypole and solstice, the moon goddess beheads the sun and cuts him into pieces. This is the festival of fury. She is Beverly, Violet, the Catwoman. 3 names, 3 ages, 3 phases of the moon. Oh, we have a caller. Midnight Blues.
Are we live?
Yes, we are. Go ahead, please.
Come to me tonight. Make love to me.
Beverly? Hi, where are you?
In the grass on a hillside, lying in blue canvas beneath a full moon. Oh, come. Come, please. Come. Yes.
Hot enough for you? My name is Horton Spring. I've been having them Catwoman dreams. I'm a student of the blues.
You have just heard the final installment of Charles Tiddler's series, Pocket City Blues. Appearing in the cast were Michael Hogan as Horton Spring, Susan Hogan as Jennifer, Chris Lovick as Nelson, and Taylor Houston as the woman. The music was provided by the Dave Harris Quartet. The recording engineer was Chris Cutlass, with sound effects by Joe Silva. The associate producer was Dagmar Kafankanan. Pocket City Blues was produced and directed in Vancouver by Don Kowalchuk. The executive producer of the Mystery Project is Bill Howell.